Let me take great pleasure in introducing Christian Delhomme, who is the Secretary General of A World for Travel. Christian.
So here we are, Mrs. and Mr. Ministers, Mrs. Dean of the University, Mr. Mayor of Évora, I'm sorry, I have a problem, Mr. President of the tourism entity of Alentejo. I am more than happy to welcome you for this first A World for Travel Forum here in the University of Évora, Portugal. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, to our virtual delegates. A World for Travel is a think tank event. All of you are to provide, and you've said that, Rejane, your real feelings and unexpected propositions. Our 140 high-level and skilled speakers are to provide their views, insights, recommendations, experiences during these 2 days. I want warmly to thank them for their ability, availability, and commitment. Thanks to all our partners, and they are numerous, and media partners, and they are even more numerous. This forum is yours. And many thanks to all of you. Of course, you are wonderful people. When we created this World for Travel Forum, Frédéric Van Hout, who is the founder and CEO of Eventis Media Group, and we knew about the urgency to take action, but also to gather all the stakeholders of the industry to make it a reality. And here you are. We had postponed the forum twice, and we all know why, the pandemic. COVID-19 is an unprecedented worldwide crisis. No area of human activity is safe from scrutiny, and the consequences are closely interlinked with the changes and aspirations which were already in motion. It's about sustainability. What have we really done for saving the planet and the travel industry at the same time? Are we to relate to our own responsibilities on the other sectors? Energy, housing, fooding? Do we want the transformation of the tourism industry to be enforced from outside? Do we want the communities to chase tourism? Have we a real understanding of the priorities? Are we prepared to mobilize investments at the proper level? And what about revising the business models? Yes, our awareness has grown up, and nobody here would deny the urgency to take actions. I'm afraid it is not enough. The transformation of travel and tourism industry is demanding, and there is no magic wand. Other sectors I've mentioned are achieving their revolution: fooding, energy, even car manufacturing. You imagine? We are late. We suffer from the pandemic situation. We are lost. Yet, the list is long of the crises and mutations we are facing. Each of them is major and global, and the words they invoke are now familiar to us. Climate change, access to resources, digital transformation, priority given to safety in an increasingly fragmented world. And for the main ones, how will we find a way out of this crisis? That's the question to address here. And to start the discussions, I want to provide my conviction. We need now to think local to act global. Think local, act global. I wish you all fruitful conversations. Thank you very much.
Now you're going to introduce.
Okay. Now, I want to welcome our host, Senora Reitora Ana Costa Freitas. Is that correct? Yeah. Dean of this inspiring and outstanding University of Évora. Dear Anna, I can call you Dear Anna because we suffered so much for organizing this forum. Your steady support and the support of all your team are amazing, really. I want you to have an applause for the team of the university, please. So, if you want to join me, yes, well, it's up to you.
Use the mic.
I don't know.
Use the mic. Use the mic. Yep. I will try not to.
Okay, so first of all, let's take off this thing since we are allowed, since we are talking. Okay, so I guess there is translation, so I will speak in Portuguese. Bonjour, good morning e bom dia a todos.
So, good morning. I'd like to start by thanking the organization for having this meeting at Évora. I would like to greet everybody, all ministers, the Secretary of State, the Mayor of Évora, and it's a pleasure to be able to be here at the opening of this World for Travel Évora Forum. And the fact that this is in Évora means something special to us. Not only Évora, the university, but also Évora, the city. This is a major event, and being held now at this precise moment is something that gives us hope for the future. One of the important things here is the fact that we are gathered together. Of course, there are many people attending online, but finally we have so many people inside the same room because the pandemic has affected us all. As Christian said, we've gone through hard times, but I am a very hopeful person, and I think we should have hope even when we have bad things happening to us. And having this conference during the post-pandemic period will, of course, encourage us to have interesting discussions. We had not been prepared for this earthquake which the pandemic meant, and obviously tourism has suffered also an earthquake, an even stronger one. Everybody suffered from this, but tourism was the victim of a very strong earthquake, if I may extend the metaphor. So now we will be reflecting on how to keep the tourism industry going forward differently, with the responsibility of looking upon the planet as a whole. We have to keep traveling, to keep being mobile, because democracy needs it and inclusion needs it. With this mobility, we know new people and new cultures, and this makes us richer as people. So this aspect of tourism and traveling is absolutely critical for union among peoples. knowing one another, knowing different cultures. And then we have this need to respond to the requirements of sustainability, climate change, the preservation of heritage, the oceans, etc., etc. So the Earth as a whole, this ecosystem wherein we live and that we know that has been destroyed by ourselves. So we must be made aware of the fact that we are destroying, and it's not just tourism, it's the whole set of human beings that destroys the planet. So having this industry that lives, that feeds on traveling and mobility, and often cities are in need of tourism, and then when they are overcrowded with tourists, they complain. So this conference, this forum, because it's going to discuss all these worries and all these concerns, and shows that we're concerned with mobility and sustainability, and this means a lot in the post-pandemic period. So we are now responding to the crisis, to the pandemics, and we have people from different areas, heritage, food, culture, etc. This is quite important. I hope you enjoy Évora. I hope you come back. And I would like to congratulate the organization for having chosen this topic. And I hope that our findings prove useful to all of us.
Obrigado à senhora reitora.
Thank you, Dean.
It's my pleasure now to welcome the president of the regional tourism entity, Vitor Silva. Where is he? Yes, you come on the stage, Vitor. And we have all of us, we have drove through Alentejo. It's true, because coming from Lisbon and elsewhere, and I have only word for Alentejo, serenity. You have the stage, Vitor.
Good morning, everyone. Bom dia a todos. I will speak in Portuguese, if you allow me.
So I'll be speaking in Portuguese, if you allow me. So I would like to address the Dean of the Évora University, one of the most ancient universities in Europe and in the world. And I won't be greeting everybody individually, but by greeting you, I'll greet everybody. This is a happy day, not just for myself, not just for Évora, not just for Portugal, but it's a happy day for all human beings. And why? Because for the first time, maybe, there is a number of specialists, people who know a lot about tourism and the environment, gathered together to discuss the tourism of the future. The tourism we've done before the pandemics is now over. It must be over. We must have a new way of doing tourism, of traveling, of organizing our business models. So I congratulate the organization with whom we've been talking from the first minute to be able to host this event in Évora, in Portugal, and in Évora most specifically, and I hope that it will continue for the next few years, for many years, having a panel of specialists to discuss these topics. We were at Montserrat in the wine tourism conference, and on that occasion I had the opportunity of saying that a finding was missing from all the conclusions, and that was we are back in business.
A família do turismo.
The tourism family
We are
is back in action,
in business.
and in business, but with new
Estamos
ideas.
outra vez em ação, mas
We
não
are
as ideias do passado.
Again, doing things but not following past models. What the ideas we wish to discuss here are the ideas that will be slowly disseminating all over the tourism world. There must be a new way of doing tourism.
Hoje, nós
And
não
if I
podemos
may,
só discutir o turismo
We cannot just discuss tourism as a separate industry, although a transversal industry. Discussing tourism's sustainability is discussing the sustainability of the planet. And I am sure that these will be the conclusions we'll be arriving at.
novas propostas.
We must have new ideas, new proposals for the industry of tourism. Thank you very much.
Obrigado, Sr.
Thank
Presidente.
you, President.
And now, an inspiring university needs an inspiring city. Mr. Mayor Carlos Pinto de Sá, thank you to hold this event in your millennium city. Incredible. Give the stage, Mr. Mayor.
Good morning, everyone. I speak in Portuguese. Christian, Senhora
Good morning. I'll be speaking English. The Dean, everybody. It's a joy to be able to welcome you to Évora after over 2 years of contacts and working towards this idea of the future, which is looking at tourism while thinking about saving the planet. So just one or two ideas. We are here in a city which is older than 2,000 years, which has known different populations, different peoples that have molded us and brought us to where we are. Évora, the center of the city, which is World Heritage, with quality and specific characteristics, are due to the fact that Évora was able to adapt to new times without losing its characteristics, its identity. Another idea is that we live upon the illusion that mankind can deal with the planet without spoiling it. We have things. We had this idea in the past that we could transform nature instead of adapting to it. So we must find the balance between nature and mankind again, between man's activities and the preservation of our planet. We are here in a place which is one of Europe's best preserved regions, with beautiful landscapes and also incredible great ecosystems. So it's perfectly compatible. We need economy and we need nature and environment that are able to live with us, to live in harmony with us. Cooperation is another key word. We must work together. We must cooperate. We must listen to one another, because sometimes we fail in that. We need to discuss, even when we are confronted with different ideas. We must share different ideas and have the ability to look further and understand that together despite or with our differences, we can build a better future. So I would like to, for Évora to be able to contribute towards this idea of a sustainable tourism for Europe and the world. So my wish is that this first summit is, or the first forum is the first of many others, with many ideas discussed and materialized, so that we can be able to transform our days and transform tourism. Thank you very much and be very welcome to Évora.
Obrigado, Sr. President.
So thank you,
And now
Mayor,
I leave you the stage,
and
my dear Regent, to begin and to
Regent,
open this first
you
Watch for Travel Forum. Enjoy it. It's yours.
Okay, thank you, Secretary General. Indeed, thank all of you. And by the way, am I right in thinking that Évora is up for City of Culture, European City of Culture? None of you, they're too modest to mention it. I've driven through here just now. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Sorry?
Ask everybody to vote.
Yes, apparently you've all got to vote. Everyone has got to vote, the Dean says, for Évora to be the European City of Culture. So let's hope that happens. A magnificent city. So yes, well done to you. And what I want to do next is get a lovely welcome message, I hope, from the Secretary General of the UNWTO, Zurab Pololikashvili. And he wants to basically welcome you here. So here we go.
Dear Secretary of State for Tourism, dear friend Brita Marques, dear ministers, distinguished guests, dear colleagues, I'm honored to have been personally invited by the Secretary General of the United Nations, by Antonio Guterres, to address you today. I thank our Portuguese colleagues for organizing and hosting this forum despite the challenges we faced at this time. But it is because of the crisis that events such as today are so important. Tourism is one of the main pillars of the world economies and societies. It drives economic growth and provides jobs and opportunities for hundreds of millions of people worldwide. Tourism can also be a strong force for protecting our natural and cultural heritage. For this reason, and in the words of the Secretary General himself, it is imperative that we rebuild the tourism sector. We must transform this crisis into an opportunity to build a sector that is more sustainable, living up to our climate action responsibilities, and as the theme of the World Tourism Day makes clear, we must ensure growth in inclusive growth with nobody left behind. The future of tourism is in our hands. Today's open dialogue is a stepping stone for shaping an ambitious agenda for travel and tourism. I wish you all an inspiring and productive forum. Obrigado.